Hey guys, coming at you with another video. If I sound anything other than myself, it's because I'm actually sick, I think. I don't know. I usually don't get sick, but this is just a video that literally no one asked for. Another video that I'm going to try and kind of just me going outside my bubble. Um, I am an avid fan of The Flash. I love Marvel. I love DC. I love the Marvel MCU. I'm not very deep into the comics, but I've watched all the movies, mostly up to this point. I think I've missed only maybe a couple series. Other than that, I like DC too. I have my own opinions about the DC universe and all the movies that they were up to this point, but overall, in general, I'm an avid fan of like comic book characters on the big screen, pretty much. And my favorite, actually, my favorite superhero is the Flash. So I watched the series. I've watched the series up to this point, every single episode up to the very end to this finale. For the most part, actually, I'm calling cap on myself. I'm gonna call cap on myself because I've purposely skipped over some filler episodes. And if no one knows anything about me, one thing is that I don't like fillers. I notice that they're fillers without me even having to look it up. This happens a lot in anime. That's why I don't really, let's say, for example, Naruto. I haven't watched a lot of the Naruto fillers because it just doesn't feel a part of the story. And it doesn't really, it never latches on to me. Like, it's just always like mid tier and it doesn't really tie into the story well. Anyways, I digress. The Flash series ended, right? And we just had its finale only like a week ago or less. And everyone's talking about it, and everyone's opinions are pretty much aligned, and it makes sense, to be honest. I kind of wanted to just talk about the ending a little bit and my feelings on the series overall. I've never really talked about The Flash or anything else like this. That's why I wanted to just kind of like make a quick little, not quick, but, or little, but a video about it with the series ending and all, because the Flash, Grant Gustin, he's my Flash. You know what I'm saying? He is my Flash definitively. Ezra Miller, they are going to play as the Flash in the new movie that's coming out, as well as probably the next movie. I don't know if you guys have seen the news yet, but it seems like it's actually set in stone for the most part that Ezra will be coming back as the Flash because of how well the movie is doing. Yeah, no one saw that coming, did they? They did. And so that's that. And I can talk a little bit about that in this video for sure. But yeah, no, for the Flash series though, it ended, and you know what? Thank God, right? Because that series was going in circles. And I really didn't. I wasn't enjoying it. These last like 3 seasons was just absolute dog shit to me, and the writing was just really bad. It had no sense of continuity, nor was the writing itself dialogue wise and reasoning, all that kind of stuff. It was just really, really bad in my opinion. It was really terrible. This might be something good for people who are literally of the age of 10 and below at that point, because they won't notice what is or isn't good writing. It's just going to be, wow, these characters made up, these guys fought, they made up, they fought, they made up, big superhero fight, and they fight and they win and they lose and they come back again and they win. You know what I mean? It was very it just got really disappointing. Definitively my top, my favorite seasons or whatever, like everyone, I think everyone in the community who likes the Flash TV series, they kind of have this definitive point of where the series started going bad. And it's always starting after around season 2, right? So the first season, I'm gonna go with the enemies. The first season was Eobard Thawne, the Reverse Flash, and he comes back throughout the series a multitude of times. Some really well done, and some not so well done. Season 2 was Zoom. Season 3 was Savitar. Season 4 was the Thinker. Let's see. Okay, this is where it's gonna break up. Season 5 was Cicada, and then Reverse Flash at the end. And then season 6 was Bloodwork. And who was it after that? And see, this is where it really, and this is why actually that's about it. So that's as far as I'm gonna go, to be honest, because after that I don't even remember like half of whatever the fuck happens, because it's just really it's really mid tier of a show after that point. My cutoff point, rather, sorry, digressing again, my definitive point is season 4. The Thinker, I love every single, almost every plot line. You know, of course there's going to be plot holes. We're talking about the CW here, guys. The CW, their writers, it's like something that comes with, you know, it comes with the delicious pudding. It's just a little bit of dirt, you know what I'm saying, on the side, and you'll have to eat that too, you know what I'm saying. Season 1, season 2, for sure. Season 3 to me was really well, and then season 4 was really, really good in my opinion. I loved all of the enemies though. That's as well. That's why I look at it. You know, how good are the enemies and how do they impact the Flash, and does he learn from these, you know, these experiences and stuff like that. And Up to the Thinker is really well. Now season 5, that whole, oh my god, that whole season was just dog shit. The whole idea of Barry's younger daughter coming back into the past and being a grown ass woman, being fucking 25 years old, acting like she's 10 years old, not being able to listen to a fucking instruction. It was really, really hard to watch, but I did it anyways. And the cicada plot line was extremely confusing. And it was actually annoying as well. But I will say at the end of that season, when the Reverse Flash came back and he was kind of tied into the story with Nora coming back in to the past to help Barry and all that, that part was pretty good in my opinion. I almost like any Reverse Flash stuff, so it's a matter of how well they do it. So I liked that. Bloodwork was really well. Bloodwork was one of the things where it was like, okay, this show is coming back. And then it was Crisis, actually. And then Crisis was a really, really good crossover. Although it was still really low tier when it comes to graphics and how well it could look, or it did look, because it was just, you know, it's a CW show and they only have so much resources. And, you know, it sucks because with shows like this, CW, and specifically The Flash and the Arrowverse, you know, you really have to sacrifice for either really, really bad CGI or both, while in general, whoever is fighting, they're going to be standing in one place. Like, that's one thing that I noticed throughout like any crossover. Whenever all of the heroes were together, they're literally just standing in a circle punching air, you know. And I'm sure all of y'all had heard that before. That being said, the ending happened, right? The ending happened, and that was interesting. It was interesting to say the least. Honestly, that entire season, I'm trying to recollect if I actually watched any of it. What happened at the beginning? I don't remember. I only like really remember the end. Wow. All right, I have the CW app still. I was actually going to delete it. Let me check real quick. Wait, did I delete it? I might have deleted the CW. No, not yet. Okay. I just want to see like the pictures of the thumbnails of the early season so I can kind of jog my memory what actually happened at the beginning. I can't even see. But so we can talk about the stuff that did happen that was actually interesting, that I'm sure all of you actually care about, which is the crossover event where Oliver came back, and I think that was pretty cool. You know, that's dope. But in my opinion, I'm not really a big fan, especially again, it's situational, but I'm not a big fan of just bringing people back just for the bring back of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, just for the nostalgia or whatever. Like, it has to make sense. And if the CW does anything, it doesn't make sense. But it was really nice because Diggle got to say goodbye. Everyone got to say goodbye officially to Oliver Queen, the Green Arrow, before he then disappeared again. This season, oh yeah, let's just go kind of through other things, the characters and stuff. So Cecile, Chester, Allegra, no one gives a fuck. Not gonna talk about them. Some of the most boring shit I've ever seen in my life. Keone, I thought her storyline was interesting, and I wish it went farther and deeper. I hear that from Eric Wallace or whatever interviews, whatever, that her character arc was supposed to go a lot deeper before it came to its very sudden close. But I was always intrigued with her character at what she could do, even though I knew that it was the CW and she was really not going to go anywhere. With the CW, they like to kind of like just give, like almost like manga moments, and give them these awakenings or realizations or whatever, and then that's a definitive moment for them, and then that's it. That's it for the episode until the next episode. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what they do in this series because they have so many characters that they want to focus on. But Keone overall, like, she was interesting of a character, and by the end of the series, first of all, I want to let y'all know, I knew from the beginning that she was literally a god, or like a force of nature, because of her fucking name. She came out of that fucking vault calling herself Keone. What was Keone named after in general from the beginning? It was Caitlyn's dad trying to recreate like the whatever goddess. It was literally a goddess, Keone, and she came out of this booth like she's bringing people back to life. Like may have turned them green, bro. Like she actually had potential. Like it was really fun. I just wish that she had more focus. And she wasn't so much of a stale character because Caitlyn and all of her characters are really stale, except for Killer Frost. But Keone just had promise. That's all I'm saying is Keone had promise, and that was kind of ripped away from her. And that's just really unfortunate. Let's see. I don't really have much to say about Iris. I liked her character arc. But I feel like Barry and Iris were both kind of pushed to the side, as they always are in these later series. I can tell that in these later seasons, rather, I mean, the writers want to focus on the side characters a lot more, or in general a lot more than just the main characters, if you will, which is like Iris and Barry and Joe and Cecile kind of thing. So they and with that being said, again, there's really not much to say about Iris. Nothing really happened with her this season, in my opinion. Nothing of like of great shock value other than her having a kid. And I'll get to that later. Barry, so I guess where I can talk about Barry is it's just really nice to see Barry where he is at now. He's definitely grown, and he is literally the definitive Flash. Grant Gustin, he is the Flash. He will always be able to put on this cowl and be him. You know what I'm saying? Maybe down the line he might be able to kind of step back into those shoes to maybe try and play him again. We'll never know. My thing is that I'm completely fine with him not playing the Flash and stop playing the Flash for a while because people want to change. They don't want to be as one character for all of their life, especially in a series like this where it sucks. But the ending in general, I think that's pretty much it as far as characters. So let's go over the ending. Most of the ending sucked for the most part. There was the first part. There's 3 parts. They're all called the New World, part 1, part 2, 3, 4, 5, not 5. But they all, I think, had like an individual name, like within like the title card. I don't remember what that is. So basically the first part is Barry going back in time, forced to be thrown back in time so that he can go to the fixed point to where he has to try to save his mom from being killed by the Reverse Flash, but at the same time allowing it to happen. That was one of the best episodes that I have ever watched of this series in a long, long time. Like, that was really, really, really fun. It had so much resolution within that episode. It was really a climactic ending and a culmination of all of these episodes and all of these experiences that Barry had to go through. And at this moment, when he was in this time, he knew what he was there for, but it was unspoken. Like, this was actually a really, really good episode for like almost visual storytelling, if you will, because the Flash knew why he was there. And he was kind of playing along with the idea because he knew that the Reverse Flash was there to actually kill his younger self. And he knew. Oh man, it was just such a really, really good episode. He got time to spend with his parents. I feel like a lot of the moments in that part where he was with his parents was really, really forced, just because like his parents are really, really fucking nice to this person that they just met. It's a little strange to me, to be honest. Again, it's a little bit jarring. Sorry. Um, and again, forced. It felt really forced, all of these moments, but it was really good. It gave him that resolution, and then just the moment of him actually, stopping the Reverse Flash from killing his younger self, saving himself effectively, actually, because that is something that he would have had to do at the end of the day. And letting him kill his mom because he wanted to do it anyways. Like, he knew what the Reverse Flash's mentality was like at that moment. And then he tries to run away and he confronts the Reverse Flash once he loses his speed. And that was really another very definitive moment in that episode, because the Reverse Flash realized that it was a fixed point in time and that he had to stay there. It was just a really good, closing of a book to this entire series, in my opinion. And then they had one final go of like a final boss. I think they could have ended it right there. I think if they really, really wanted to, that could have been the end of the series, and it would have been perfect. But they continued on and they did the Cobalt Blue arc, and that was okay. I really enjoyed I forget his name, the actor, but I really enjoyed Eddie Thawne returning. That was really fun. And I saw that him becoming Cobalt Blue has been like a popular fan theory or just desire for a very, very long time. People making up mock-up pictures and shit, and it looked really cool, and I thought it was cool. And then it happened, and that was really, really nice. The fact that it happened looked really nice. The costume looked really nice. His acting and what he was there for, it all made sense. He kind of comes back, gets his memory, and realizes what happened from the end of season 1. Big tiebacks in this finale, but at the same time, the negative Speed Force is affecting him and trying to take over him and making him his avatar, or the negative Speed Force avatar. So that hate that's within him, it's there. It's there, it's real, and it's amplified. If you just look back at season 1, he had that animosity a little bit because Barry was in the way of that relationship. Come 10 fucking years later, and they're married. You know what I'm saying? That's really, really jarring to anyone, I think. The finale was really nice. It made sense. Even though part 2 had no Barry at all. I hate when they do that. But at the very end, very end, that's where it just kind of just goes blah. Because of the fight, everyone is talking about that finale fight, and I mean, what a doozy. You know what I'm saying? They brought back every single big bad of a speedster, and while the dialogue was fun to, listen to with them interacting with each other, while at the same time extremely cheesy, it was kind of cool to see them all in one place. But these moments were very jarring, and it felt really, really rushed, because we had these sidekick fucking B-list characters facing up against fucking speedsters, negative Speed Force enhanced speedsters, bro, and they won. The fucking B-list side characters won. Kion, I would understand. She is literally a god. Everyone else, though, okay, hold on. What's her name? Cecile. I forget her comic book name that she randomly made up in this episode. I guess her abilities could make sense. She's literally a telekinesis, fucking all of the above. I forget all the words. Please don't beat me up. But I guess she would make sense. But the Reverse Flash, first of all, oh yeah, the moment when the Reverse Flash was killing Chester like he's the fucking Dark Lord from Star Wars, Emperor Palpatine. Why didn't Chester die? I'm sorry, bro. Listen, no one gives a fuck about his character. A. B. Make some kind of, a loss from they don't suffer any losses in any of these seasons on some real shit. Everyone either comes back in some way, shape, or form, and there's no real repercussions for what happens when literal evil people with speed abilities come to wreak havoc on the world. Chester should have died, and I think it could have been left there, and that would have been somewhat impactful. But this it had no impact. He came back alive like it was nothing. Like he was not getting shocked with fucking thousands of joules of energy. But then their excuse is that, oh, remember the ability that he showed that we literally spoke nothing about after his actual character introduction? Yeah, let's make a callback to that. What bullshit. I'm sorry. Like that shit is so stupid, bro. The writing in this series is just absolute trash. And so at the end of the day, all of the bad guys, all of the evil speedsters got bodied. And the Flash was able to change the mind of Eddie Thawne, so he said fuck the negative speed force, and that's that. Extremely mediocre, extremely anticlimactic, extremely what's the word? Like guessable? Like it's I could have saw that coming. You know what I'm saying? Like Eric Wallace, yeah. The CW, um, yeah. It is what it is. That's really all I wanted to say. Do I want to talk about Ezra Miller and all that? I'm thinking. I feel like I've made this video quite long enough talking about this season. You know what? I think I'll end it here. That way, you guys can comment down. Let me know what you guys think about everything that I've said. Give me your opinions on the season. Was it good? Was it bad? What are the things that you liked and disliked? And if you guys get this video to 10 likes, I will make another Flash video on the new Flash, the movie. You know, my thoughts on it, my various opinions, and just, you know, what I know about it, because I'd be on the internet and stuff like that. So if you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like. Again, comment down, please. I want to hear what you guys are talking about. Other than that, I will see you guys in the next video.